Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching Georgia Beer Reviews. Back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is People's Cherry Porter. Now, I'm really excited about this one, guys. I had the People's Moravian Porter earlier, and it was good, but it just had too many spices, too much going on. It kind of took away from the base porter flavors that you want to get. Now, this one it says, we brewed our gold medal winning robust porter, which is just the People's Porter. Awesome beer. Um, we placed it in a few Kentucky bourbon barrels. That's right. This is a bourbon barrel aged porter. And added plenty of sour cherries from the Pacific Northwest. So we've got barrel aging, we've got sour notes from the cherries, sours and stouts, and barrel aged stout stuff. Those are two of my favorite styles of beer. So already sounds amazing. It says the result is a dark elixir that's slightly tart, surprisingly sweet, with Porter's signature caramel and toffee notes. Barrel aging adds plenty of vanilla, oak, and whiskey character. My goodness, if that doesn't sound delicious, then I don't know what does. So this one is also 5.8% alcohol by volume, which is the same as the standard People's Porter, as well as the Moravian Porter that I had earlier. I thought that maybe the alcohol in this one would be slightly elevated since it is aged in in bourbon barrels, but it's not. So it's also 34 IBUs, I believe. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. That's not actually listed on the label, but I looked it up on the website. So let's give this bad boy a pour. Nice brown color, typical, porter color. As you can see, it's building a nice head very quickly, which you got to be careful with. All right. So it looks about the same as the standard People's Porter and the Moravian Porter as far as the color and the head. Poured it a little bit more aggressively, so you've got about a 3.5 finger head, still a deep tan color. The beer itself, like I said, is dark brown. When held up to the light, you can see through it a little bit. There's some nice ruby and brown notes around the edge of the glass. So the aroma, I'm already getting the cherries. Nice sour cherry note on the aroma. Definitely picking up on some caramel, some dark chocolate, which cherries and porters and stouts go hand in hand. I mean, dark chocolate and cherries, or chocolate, just chocolate and cherries in general. I mean, they sell chocolate covered cherries for a reason because they're good. And why would you not want those flavor combinations in your beer as well? I know I do. So there's definitely the caramel, the tart cherry note on the aroma. You're getting the dark chocolate as well, like I said. There's definitely a little bit of a bourbon type note on the aroma. Very nice, little woodiness. Some vanilla. Man, this is a super complex aroma, guys. Really nice. Definitely malt forward. You are getting the nice roasted barley malt notes in the background as well, which are coming through as dark chocolate, but also a little toasty note, like a toasted bread type aroma as well. So it smells like a winner. I can't wait any longer. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Oh my God. So it's actually very roasty. You're getting the nice toasted bread notes right up front. There's a nice roasty quality to this one. Uh, Fairly darkly roasted, getting up there towards stout as far as the roastiness is concerned. There's that nice tart cherry note, but it's not a full on sour cherry and it's not super in your face. The roast is actually the first thing that you get on the palate. The nice roasted barley malt notes, the toasted bread notes, then you get the cherry, a little bit of a tartness, but I wouldn't, like I said, it's not a full on sour. Um, and then in the background, in the finish, as you're getting ready to swallow it down. And as you actually do swallow it down, you get a little bit of warming. Although 5.8%, you wouldn't expect that necessarily, but there is a little bit of a warming effect with this. A bourbon type note, the caramel notes, the vanilla, the oak is definitely coming through on the finish. Mm. This is interesting because it's a lighter beer in the sense that it's only 5.8% alcohol, unless it's a typo. No, 5.8% alcohol, but it drinks like a heavier beer. It drinks like a 10 or 11% bourbon barrel aged stout, which is really nice because I love bourbon barrel aged stouts. This has a lot of those qualities, but a lot less alcohol, so you could drink more of them. Um, and I don't know how they achieve the warming effect going down, really, because it's not high alcohol enough to where that would really happen. But it does have a slightly warming effect going down, and you're definitely picking up on the oak and the bourbon notes, the vanilla, the caramel, as you swallow the beer down. It's fascinating, really. The carbonation is medium with this one, as you might have noticed. I've been kind of belching a little bit, trying to mask it as I'm giving my review here. But the carbonation is medium with this one. The finish is very smooth. It's not a dry finish, obviously, but it's a very smooth finish. It's nice and malty pretty much all the way through. There's a little bit of bitterness on the finish to balance it out. Although those 34 IBUs are not coming through at a full 34 IBU punch. You're only getting, you're feeling the effects of maybe like a, you're getting the effects of like a 12 IBU beer. You know that it's there, but that's about it. You would never, I would never guess that it would be 34. But then again, porters and stouts mask the IBUs a little bit better than other styles because there's a lot more going on with the complexity of the beer and all the different flavors that you're getting, especially with porters and stouts with the roast, for the roasted barley malt notes, the dark chocolate, the toasted bread, the caramel, and of course you're getting the vanilla and the oak from the bourbon barrel aging. Oh, this is an awesome beer, guys. I'm going to go with a 98 out of 100. This is one of the best porters that I've ever had. I love that they bourbon barrel aged this. I don't understand how you can get all of this flavor and have all the bourbon notes and all of that stuff with a porter like this at only 5.8%. It should be a 10 or 11% alcohol beer with all the flavor that I'm getting. It's just really insane how low ABV this is for all the complexities that are within this beer. So this is a 98 out of 100, much better than the People's Moravian Porter that I had earlier. I would definitely recommend this. If you can find the People's Cherry Porter, buy it, try it. If you're a fan of porter, if you're a fan of stouts, bourbon barrel aged products, you're absolutely going to love this beer. I really just couldn't even recommend it. I couldn't recommend it any more to you guys. And I'm fumbling with my words here. It's just so incredible, and my description is probably not even doing it adequate justice. So that will do it for this beer review, guys. 98 out of 100 for the People's Cherry Porter. Uh, Hope you're all having a great day. I feel like I've repeated myself 100 times. Hope you're all having a great day. Just did it again. And until next time, everybody, cheers.